Hello.
Hey everybody.
So between us, question 23.
23. Michael Jordan's number.
Word. Oh, I have a short one.
I have a skinny one.
Ahjuxue Agashe.
Ah! I know it.
Oh, would you rather be rich or famous? It's obvious. I'd rather be rich.
Yes.
I don't want to be famous. It's so hard living famous. Like, I understand, like, we watch these dramas and movies or stuff like that of famous people, you know, of like the story of them being famous. Like how we just finished Touch Your Heart. Like, it's complicated. You know, you go through, you can end up being in scandal. Just every little bit you do, you can end up in problems, you know, and people follow you. You don't have a normal life. I don't know. I mean, some people might enjoy being famous, but I mean, I've never had and I never want to be. Being rich, I mean, even if I'm rich, I'm not gonna be all like, oh, look at me, I'm rich, I'm living luxury. No, I still live a normal life too, not letting people know I'm rich.
No, yeah, I mean, I'd rather be rich because I think in an insightful look, right, there's a different meaning of being rich. You can just be rich as rich in dollars, but you can be rich in heritage or rich in certain different things. So I would rather be rich because rich is kind of like subjective. It's like you don't have to. You can be rich and be like a six-figure person. You can be rich and like that because it just totally depends on how you live. You mean if you are a millionaire but you spend $50,000 a day, you're not going to be a millionaire much longer. So it's just it's rich. Being rich is completely dependent on the type of person you are. Yeah. So I would rather be rich over famous because there's good famous and there's bad famous, and sometimes being famous doesn't really help you in life because you can be famous, but then there's going to be a lot of people who don't like you because you're famous. You know. I mean, I understand kind of that rich is the same thing, but still, like, I would rather be rich based off of my character and who I am, rather than be famous. Yeah. What did you think was the coolest thing as a kid? Coolest thing as a kid. When I was a kid, I was one of the things I really liked. I was really into planets and space. I still remember how I kind of like fell in love with that subject. There was a day we had an extracurricular class and we went to the music room and we sat on like those benches, you know, inside the music room, and the teacher they played on the old VHS. They played a movie about the planets, and they showed like Jupiter, Mars, and all those planets. And like I thought that was super duper cool. And so like when I learned about how Galileo he made the telescope and saw Neptune and thought Neptune was like a moon, and then later found out that Neptune was a planet, and then he obviously saw Pluto, thought Pluto was a moon, thought Pluto was a planet, and everyone thought, and then we found out Pluto was just a ball of ice. And so I've always, because of that, I've totally fell in love with space. Yeah.
That was the coolest thing to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, as a kid, yeah, definitely. Over everything else.
I don't know if I'd find anything the coolest to me as a kid, because I don't know, like, I guess I was the weird one of not liking it. Like, museum puts me to sleep. I understand the history and stuff like that, but I just didn't want to learn it. I wanted to just explore it on my own. Like I'm sorry, but you know, I appreciate those people when you go to museum tours and they tell you all these things, you know. But if I'm not interested in it and I just want to walk around and look at stuff myself, like please don't talk to me or don't bother me and stuff like that. So I didn't find a lot of things cool. Besides, I mean, I believed in a lot of stuff that are like not real. I mean, imagination stuff. So
yeah, that's fine too.
Oh yeah, but
yeah, something that's cool doesn't necessarily have to be real. It can be fake.
Okay.
Like I thought Pokemon was cool. I thought Power Rangers was cool.
But
I just felt that space was cooler.
I mean, Power Rangers were cool, but I just hated how my mom always got me the pink Power Ranger stuff. I mean,
You wanted the yellow?
Yeah, because she's Asian. Trini? Yeah, but I got like the pink slipper one. I got the pink shirt when
she had to play a Chinese character, but she's not. She's
some other.
She's Vietnamese or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think if I was to find something cool, I mean, now like she just told me the other day when I finally watched Happy Feet. Yes, I've never watched Happy Feet, and I was like, killer whales. How to? I love killer whales. Yeah, I loved killer whales as a kid, and I thought they were the coolest things. Is, you know, as a kid, here's the thing where I'm really different. As a kid, as kids are watching, you know, cartoons, loving this certain cartoon, understanding this, understanding that. As a kid, I was actually watching this Chinese movie. I don't recall the title of it. And if any of you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't know anymore. It's been so long. Like, it's probably been like 25 years now. But the guy, he's Chinese, and it's kind of like old time. He's dressed in like kind of like martial art clothing. And he's not bald, but he has like hair and a ponytail. And his best friend was a killer whale, and he always goes and visit it, and it comes out of the water. It plays with him.
Free Willy?
No, it's not Free Willy. It's Asian.
Oh.
They're Asian. They do kung fu fighting, but his friend was a killer whale. And like, yeah, and like I fell in love with it. I loved it. I don't remember if I ever had a killer whale doll, but I loved it. When I first went to Monterey and there was no killer whale, but there was like the killer whale like statue, whatever, I was like, oh my god, they don't have this here. And then I found out that, like, you know, they're in like San Diego Zoo, and then I found out about the story about them, and I don't know, I just felt sorry that I never ever want to go watch a killer whale show, because I don't want to see it being tortured and stuff like that. And then watching Happy Feet, I just should go and say like, yeah, that's what they're called, killer whales. They eat. They're what is it?
They're predators.
Yeah, and they freak the shit out of me.
They fight sharks. They're predators. Yeah. We just fell in love with them because of Free Willy. That's it.
Oh, I don't know. I fell in love with it because I thought it was so beautiful. The blue eyes, the black and white color, representing the yin and yang, like, you know, Asian.
It's kind of like killer whales, I would have to say, is like what we did with pandas. Pandas are extremely dumb and they're extremely boring, but because of how they look like, we humans, we seem to have made them into this fan favorite type of animal. But they're dumb as fuck.
Pandas are different. Poe's not stupid. Poe's smarter than his nation.
First of all, Poe got raised up by a duck. Okay? Probably a Peking duck too.
A Peking duck. Your favorite, Ahjuxue.
Oh, there's a difference.
Your favorite, the Peking duck.
But, yes, I thought that space was really cool. I think that, for me, like, it's just one of those things where when I fell in love with space travel and stuff, I always... Sure, did I want to be an astronaut? Oh, totally. But what I just feel is like, man, like, you know, stuff like that is awesome. Now, am I ever going to do those research? No way. But I will enjoy it.
But yeah, okay. Well, that is it for this week's Between Us. Do submit more below, and we will answer them. And we will see you guys in the next Between Us.